Yep. There we go. If we do miss the odd bit or do bodge it, you know, end up with a bit that we're not happy with after fiberglassing, we still can fill. That's just that I don't like filling then, because basically in order for me to be happy that the filler I use has got the strength not to crack out or fall out and that, I tend to use P38 car body filler. But that stuff is very, very heavy, so it's not something you want to use if you don't have to. Some of you guys might know a better filler for that, but wood filler I use, well, I've shown you that on an earlier episode. Like I say, I'm just not 100% happy using it over top of the fiberglass. It seems to soak in and hold and grip to wood nicely, but if I put it on a smoother surface, a flat surface, I tend to find that I can pick it off quite easy, so that then worries me that it isn't going to hold under duress. So I don't know if you guys think anything else. Like I say, the P38 is quite a heavy filler. You're not using a lot of it, you're only using a very small amount if you do have to use any, and you obviously sand most of it away, but even so it's quite a heavy filler. So yeah, like I say, leave a comment if you can think of anything better. I'm always interested. Right. I shall cut a bit of fiberglass and stick on this wing. We'll find the end eventually. There she is. Go on the floor because it'll get covered in dust. This cloth that I'm using is 18 grams. I tend to use it on most of the airplanes. I go up to 22 or even 24 grams if I have to, if I can't get hold of this, and if it's on sort of an airplane that's sort of bigger than 70-inch wingspan, but in general I tend not to on purposely use heavier than this. Damnations. So be plenty of little offcuts on this that can be used for small things like tails and elevators, ailerons. We've got flaps and stuff to do, so don't worry too much. I don't tend to cut more than I need to, other than to make it easier to work with. There we go. Okay, put some find a brush. Okay, same as before really, exactly same as when we done the vertical, horizontal, sorry, stabilizers and the elevators. So again, I'm doing it straight onto bare wood. I haven't pre-treated the wood. This will let this first coat not only soak through the mat but into the wood, in, you know, hopefully bonding it nicely. Don't want too much on, but you want enough. You can see by eye it's soaking in, and you know, as you just get used to what the wood seems to want to accept and what the fiberglass or the cloth wants. Like I show you on the other one, on your first coat, you know, you will get patches that look like they've gone right dry, and because we've given so many coats of this, it ain't gonna hurt too much. So, again, I should go just over halfway around this leading edge, and then when I do from the other side, I'll do the same again, so the leading edge is nicely covered. The trailing edges, I won't worry about them on this one, but you can wrap round, or you can just come to the edge here, get a nice clean edge, and then just as you do the next 3 coats, just paint that edge in there on the trailing edge, and you know, so that the wood's protected and not going to accept water or fuel into it. So fuel ain't going to be a problem on this airplane. It's electric, but not all airplanes are electric. As you might have seen, I start from the middle and work out. It's quite standard with all sorts of stuff like this, whether you're covering with film or dope, or so I haven't used dope and tissue for years. I don't know if I can remember how to do it. if you're on YouTube and there's particularly covering that you're after, you know, that's what you're particularly trying to learn or find out about. There's quite a few people on YouTube who showed quite a few different methods of doing the covering, and I wouldn't say that any method's wrong or right. I think it's what method suits you. This suits me, and I've been happy with the results from it, and I have seen it used in different ways. So another method you might find that suits you better, or gives you a better result to what you're after. So more light on there. Alright. There we go. I used to fiberglass boats for a living years ago, and although people don't like to do it, and I don't even like to do it, if you have to and you're very intricate shaping, you can cut fiberglass and put patches in and that, especially at this stage while it's wet, and especially using this Eze-Cote. Not so easy if we was using a standard 2-pack resin, but with this Eze-Cote, because it sands so easy, you could easily get away with it. See, when you layer a piece of mat to make a joint, you're going to get a little ridge, but with Eze-Cote you can sand that out in seconds. If you're using 2-pack resin, you might wish you hadn't, because it will take a lot of sanding out. But like I say, with this Eze-Cote, if you had to round a really sharp corner bend, inward bend, ball shape end, you know, you could get away with using 2 or 3 different square bits cut in different areas and put on and overlapped. So that's worth thinking and remembering about if you do use this, because you know, you can sometimes try and work one bit round a corner and a bend, and what would get in folds and dry patches or bits that would bubble. You probably end up being easier just to cut it and have a join in it and sand that join out. So you wouldn't lose a lot of strength. We're not really after strength, we're after the covering, and we're after the protection to the wood that the covering offers us. Again, like I say, from fuel and water and everyday grit and grime. So like I say, that's one way of doing it. It just made me think about it going around these tubes here. I'm not going to do these whole tubes in one. You see, I didn't on that one. Just done where it cut where the fiberglass ended, and the same on this end. And then what I will do is, what I'll probably do the top and the bottom, this first coat with the you know, clothed, and then I will cut a piece of cloth for these straight at the edges so they go around narrows, and then put them on top of this. Now I've already gone over this way a bit, so I could have, in theory, have a join line there, and then when I come back over with a full piece for this, I'll probably have another join line here, which I'll try and keep in this crease so it's out of sight. But that'll do the job nice, and like I say, with this Eze-Cote, it'll be very easy to sand any join line out and make it so it disappears. So I'd probably do it the same way with resin, to be honest, just because of how awkward these wing tanks on the end of the wingtips would be. Is that I just think I'd end up with a better job, although I'd probably end up spending, you know, quite a few hours sanding and wet and drying to make certain that my join line was not showing. So now I have a little wrinkle here. Don't know how much you can see of this. I don't think you'll see that on camera. A little wrinkle here, but again, with this Eze-Cote, that would be ever so easy to get out. If that was resin, 2-pack resin, that would cause a lot of sanding, or a long while sanding. So yeah, that's drying nicely. You can see it's starting to go to white in places. So yeah, right, there we have it. That's that done. That's drying times now, I'm afraid. So right, we've got the rudder bits glued together, white glued, so they're now drying. We've got another coat of, well, we've got first coat of matting cloth, whatever you'd like to call it, on the top of the wing. That wants half an hour, and then we can sand around the edges and sand off the excess, and then turn it over and do the other side. So loads of mat left. Yeah, hopefully you heard me a little bit better today. I have had a couple of comments now about my microphone, so I have bought a new one, and we'll see if this is better or not. I should be able to tell when I do the editing. If I sound like a right idiot, I probably won't put this on YouTube, but hopefully that'll be okay. I hope this one wasn't too boring, but we got little niggly bits at the moment. I can go through this, as I said on when we done the tail plane, I can go through this fiberglassing quite quick, but you ain't gonna want to see it time and time again. You've seen, you know, a couple of, this will be the second or third video on fiberglassing. I might take you through when I do the tanks, and sort of just maybe turn you on for a few minutes every now and then and just show you bits and pieces, and then collate it into sort of like a 10-minute video. If any of you got any, I don't know how any of you feel, but is there any length of time that you prefer the videos to be? Do I get boring if I do a 20-minute one? Is a 5-minute one too quick? You know, leave some comments. I'm trying to sort of grasp what's the best for doing this. Do I run on too much? Would you rather see speeded up film of me building for a couple of hours, or would you rather me do the short sort of videos that I've been trying to do with talking and chatting to you and showing and that as I go? Okay, and like I say, just keep the comments coming, especially any that have got some good ideas and that, and if anything I think's really good and I think should be adopted or I would adopt and that, I'll even show on here. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.